talk about the section of your website that connects mums with each other. What kind of response have you had to that? And how many people are signing up? Like, it must be really cool for you guys to see that actually happening.
Yeah,
it's totally.
Yeah, it's kind of like our new baby. We kind of brought this new baby into the online world, and
we've had a great response.
A great response.
We've had over 200 mums sign up in a short space of time, so it goes to show that it's needed, that there are mums out there that want to connect with other mums. And it's providing a different platform, a different way for mums to meet. It manages to, the way that it works, it tracks your location so it can tell you how many mums are in your area. So really trying to make it easy for mums. There could be someone living around the corner that's going through exactly the same thing as you and you don't know about it. So if you can find them and then meet up with them, then that's great. So a very, very positive response so far.
It's interesting because before I started reading your blog, it never occurred to me that while being a parent or having a child, you could have other mums who were also off at the same time helping you. It just never occurred to me. I always imagined being by myself when I have my first child. And it just...
You don't want
you
to
have
be
to have
both.
other mums.
I don't want to be.
Because you know what, it's fun. It's when you, with your first baby, everything's new. Going out and learning to socialise, you have to learn to socialise again with a baby. You can't just jump in your car or pop down to see friends. You've got this, you've got this baby that you can't put down, and then it might make a noise, it might cry, it might need feeding, it might need changing. So it's a whole new way of socialising, and if you're going to, you have to learn how to do it and to be relaxed with it. So you have to go through that with friends. The trials and tribulations and the challenges that you face. It's so much better to do that with a friend by your side.
Now, I'm going to ask each of you what the hardest part of being a parent is.
I think sharing your partner is difficult. I think your whole relationship, the dynamic of your relationship changes, and I think you have to be very careful to continue to pay each other the same amount or the same kind of attention as you did before you had your child. I think it's very easy for people to get wrapped up in their children, in their babies. And I notice it with myself, like before when your husband comes home or your partner comes home, he comes through the door and you give him a kiss, hello, and you ask how his day was. And now if I come home and Mark's got my little one, Ethan, I beeline for Ethan. Hi, how was your day? Speaking to your child, and it's very easy to 10 minutes later go, oh hi, So I think, really focusing on your relationship is a big thing.
How did you find that balance?
I think the most important thing is to make time for each other and make time for yourself. I think having a baby brings with it a lot of guilt for some reason. And so what ends up happening is both of you stay inside the house because you're too guilty to leave, you feel too guilty to leave the other person alone with the baby. But I think what really helped us is giving each other certain periods of time. So on a Saturday morning, I'll get 2 hours and then he'll get 2 hours, but then the afternoon we spend together. So I've got 2 hours to do the things that I want to do, gym, shopping, walk on the prom, meet up with friends. He can go surfing or whatever it is that he wants to do, and then time for us together is in the afternoon. So I think that's important. And I think, often you can't necessarily go out a lot of the time unless you can organize babysitters. So doing things at home that are special. You can have a date night at home. You can set up a picnic on the floor and still treat each other and be the people that you were before you had the child without necessarily going through huge amount of effort and not wanting to leave your child, having to find babysitters.
Now, Hannah, what's the hardest thing been for you?
I think probably the unpredictability of it. So, before you have a baby with your partner, you're your own bosses. If you work, even you have a to-do list and you feel like you can achieve stuff and tick things off. Whereas when you have a baby, that goes out the window. And you can have a plan, but that plan, the number of times now that I make plans and I'm cancelling them left, right and centre because I've been too ambitious on how much I can fit in, or we just actually, if Luke's ill, then you can be at home on the sofa for a week, and that for me was very hard. That your life is unpredictable and is controlled by such a little thing, which is amazing. And you just, you know, going with the flow has been hard, and trying to relax into that.
How did you make that transition? It sounds like you were very organized.
If you see my house, you'll see it's not very organised. I like to think I am, but I like to also, you know, we can go out, like Kate was saying, you and your husband, you have time for each other, and you can do things, you know, spontaneously, whereas everything's a lot more planning. And I think it's just something that you now get used to, and you know that if you're leaving the house, you can't leave 1 minute, you might need to leave 1 hour to get everything ready, and then hopefully you will be on time. So it's changing your headspace, really. It's just changing how you approach tasks and how you approach each day, and also knowing that if you don't make it, it's not the end of the world. You know, your friends will understand. And, you know, like Kate says, as long as your husband and you are on the same page, then you're a team together in this, and that goes a long way.